Well, I'm back. Tell ya, DoorDash is a waste of time. I did. How long did I go? I was out there an hour and 3/4 before I gave up. Made $6. Ooh, I raked it in, man. $6. $6, man. I was just money just pouring in. it was pretty, it was pretty terrible, but what can I do? All right, let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna get this guy running. Doggone it, this thing needs to be running soon. So, all right. So the problem is right now my actions list is not fully displaying, if it's displaying at all. I mean, I keep doing things to try to get it to display, and it displays a couple or displays none. And what is causing it? I'm still trying to figure that out. You can see it's empty. To the moment, it's empty. So I have been working with AI to try to get the AI to see if it can solve it, because I'm struggling. It did point out one little case sensitivity issue that didn't really fix anything. So I still think I may be back broken here. So play type group. I'm wondering if I have some items here that are coming in poorly. Oh, I don't even have a playbook seed data. I need to close that until it's time to actually create that. I was gonna keep this and just say, yeah, I'm gonna eventually have a playbook. So therefore, it's just a bunch of plays. Hey, Nintendo, how you doing, man? I was just gonna say I was gonna use this file, but it's just distracting right now. I'll create it when I get around to it, which really isn't that far. I hope to be building that pretty soon, but it's just in the way. It's just in the way right now. Or at least visually in the way. So I wonder if this is causing an issue. Play type seeds. Base play type and play type group. I wonder if these are causing me problems, because I have these all lowercase. And I tell you, man, it's painful. The biggest problem, I will tell you right now, the biggest waste of time, the biggest problem I've had in this app is case. Because I'm using multiple languages and they all have their own standard case, their common case. Some of them won't let you go outside of that case, and some of the functionalities that go between them force or default to different cases. So I've just been struggling with trying to standardize the case. I can't standardize it everywhere. And in some places, if you try to force it to be something else, there's more work involved even so, because now you're having to force that case. So now you're putting in special handlers to say, okay, well, here we want to do this and there we want to do that, rather than letting everything be its own default. Now, I don't mind letting everything be its own default and then being consistent, so that it saves the work. But the problem is that in some cases I put it in wrong. So I'm trying to default wherever possible to camel case. But here's the thing: when you go to Mongo database, defaults everything to lowercase. So if you go look at any of these, you see that all of my IDs all start with, they're kind of camel case, but it tends to change stuff to what it wants by default. You can force things into the database. That's player stats. Let's go look at something that's a little bit more like this. So these are all using the camel case, which is fine if it's consistent. But there's in order for me to get this to be camel case in Mongo, because by default it makes it lowercase, you have to do a mapping. And you can see I still have a problem with that. I have user ID going in there as a Pascal case. And these are just causing me problem after problem after problem. Because I don't know if it's, I'm just trying to get everything to be a little bit more standard. And in order for me to get everything where I want it, and the thing is, when I change the cases to be standard, I keep running into problems where it transfers to the front end, and the front end is doing stuff too. There's like the certain fields have to be lowercase, or when it takes that data that from a field and turns it into a JSON, it puts it all as lowercase, even though you may be using it as camel case. Oh, God. I tell you, I wasted so much time just trying to solve problems that are case related. And I thought by standardizing it, fixing it, and getting a lot of my stuff in the right place, I would be, okay, everything's good. I can get comfortable with one case and just do it this way and know that. But it turns out, apparently I wasn't 100% in my case changing. So now those things that I haven't changed are coming back to haunt me. And some of the things that I did change are coming back to haunt me because the code I have that was using it before doesn't work. I think I have all of my Go code consistent. Right now, it's like my seed data and my JSON data are not being set correctly. It's like, for example, that one I just showed you where the teams, the teams that I imported were broken, and that's actually in user account. So I have to go to here, got my team seed data, and you can see I've got that dummy. I think that's the only one. Oh yeah, see I have IDs doing the wrong casing. All right, so I'm going to change these. I know I shouldn't, but it's just I'm tripping over it everywhere. If I don't get everything in the same line, I'm just going to be unhappy. So go there, and I'm going to go ID. I'm going to change that to ID. So I think that puts everybody online here. And then I need to go to my teams, which is here. Basically drop this again. Yeah, I have to do it this way. So now I have no teams left, which means I have to reload. It'll only take a second to do, but I have to reload my code so that it can regenerate. I don't know how many other things are broken, but I'm sure other things are broken. I'd be willing to bet I have a number of, because all of my seed data was generated before I made my major rewrites. Let's see, these ones are all good. These ones are all good. And this one is, nope. So I gotta change this one. Base, player type. Oops, nope. I don't know if this is going to cause me problems or fix things, but either way, I got to get everything back on the same page. here. Find my play types. I don't even know what is player. Why is player stats coming in as an underscore? I got to fix this anyway. My whole import for my player data is not. It's not. It's not ready. That was just my first attempt to import that stuff. So at least I've got it importing, but it did not. I don't know where base play type went actually, or did I already remove it? I must have already removed it. Oh, there it is. Drop. Play types. See, I think I may have actually fixed this and I just have a remnant here. Sheet. Actually, I don't know which one of these is file name, imported ID, positions. I don't know. I don't know what this table is. Honestly, I don't know what any of this is. Oh, this is Aaron Rodgers and his stats, which is a coincidence that I clicked on him, considering how many people I should have in here, because I got 8,000 records and I happened to click on Aaron Rodgers. That was pretty good. I mean, it's just that I probably wouldn't recognize 3/4 of the people in here, or even more, and I just happened to click on somebody who's got a familiar name. But I don't know what this player stats import guy, what this one is. But seeing as I have to do all my imports again anyway, I'm getting rid of it. I know those are all messed up. Player stats, imports, name. And eventually this one's going to go too, but I'll leave it for now. And playbooks. I don't have anything. Do I not have plays at all in here yet? My current plays? Oh, okay. All right, so now I got to stop all these guys again. I need a command that stops all these, so I don't have to do this. Now by stopping the only reason I'm stopping all of them because I made changes to multiple. And when I start them back up, they all have commands in there that'll auto load any of their data that's not set up yet. All right, why isn't this stuff deleting and going away? There it goes. All right, Control Shift P and run tasks and all services. I'll try and get these going again. That's going to make me have to restart my. Well, I dumped my team. I may have to actually dump. Oh, I just realized I may have to dump the player too, or the user, because the user gets his team generated by default. So I gotta get rid of this guy. My test user, which means going up to my auth count, my auth users, dumping him too. This is a really easy thing to, everything in this system is set up that once it's down completely, it just regenerates it all. should probably get rid of the game plan, counter 2. Go to the game plans, because the game plan's not associated to anything anymore. Ooh. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's do this. And then I'm going to go over here. Go to my game plan. And I'm going to go new file. I'm going to call it game plan. How about default game plan c.json. And then we're going to go here. And we'll do that. This will be my default game plan. So user is the associated. Got a lot of stuff on it. ID is going to be how do I want this to load? Just call it GP default. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't have an auto load for it, but I do need to create that. So GP default will be my first. I'll probably have a bunch of these. I'll probably create one for coaches and stuff. They'll all be in here eventually. These are going to be game plans that are associated by this to the system. But we'll deal with that later. At some point, I have to start locking down any default data I have. That's why I create these seed datas, and then I have to create logic that says, "Hey, auto load this when I'm into the database," so that when the database gets deployed for the first time, all of my data gets put in there, and we have all of our base data, so the system can be. Oh, I made $6 in an hour and a half. It was pathetic. I actually just said, "Screw this! I'm going home." I was gonna go for like 2.5 hours, and I just said, "This is just dumb. I'm sitting around doing nothing, hanging out, getting no money." I got one delivery. Uber kept trying to give me $3 ones, and then it finally offered me what was it? I think it offered me $20 one, I think, but it was like no, that's not right. No, it was a 20 mile, 18.8 miles, and they offered me like $9. Hey, you made 22. Of course, you were probably out longer than me, right? I hope. Tell me you were out longer than me. No, I've actually gone out once or twice. I mean, at first when I started doing this back in December, which is the holidays, I guess, and it was colder and people weren't going out to get their own food, it was, I was generally making between 20 and $30 every time I went out. It wasn't great, but I'd make 20 and $30 every, for 2.5 hours worth of work. Now I can't. I'm lucky if I make $20. I'm lucky if I make 15, and it's just gotten so bad. So 3 hours. So yeah, that's about $7 an hour. Well, I did 6. I made about $3 an hour. a little more than $3 an hour because I gave up before I hit 2 hours. But still, it's yeah, I know it's terrible. I guess I could be less picky and just take some of those. Uber kept offering me a $3 deals to go drive 5 miles. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it, man. I got, to be fair, I did get a Safeway order that was $20 for 18 miles. 18 point, no, I think it was 18 miles, but it was Safeway. And I hate doing grocery store orders. I was like, that's not even $1.50 a mile. It's barely a little over a dollar. And I was like, I have to drive almost 20 miles with a grocery store order. And it could have been, it might not have been too bad because it's possible it was a multi-order, which sometimes don't go as far. All right, so I might have been driving for 20 miles in the area. Go drop off, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 orders, which could have been the case. I don't know. I didn't really look at it in detail. By that point, I was pretty frustrated because it's pretty close to my getting ready to stay. I wanted to go work on my game. I was like, I was already stewing. This is dumb. I'm not getting nothing. And then that pops up. I'm like, no, I'm going home. Oh yeah, no that. Well, yeah, they should. I don't know. What they should do. I don't even know, man. What is the rule? I mean, what's a should? Forcing people. I mean, I get it. Food's expensive, but you know, it's pickup. You're asking people to deliver your food to you. I mean, you could just go get it yourself if you don't want it. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. It's like me and now I used to do DoorDash. We did it more often when I was employed, but nowadays we just say, well, which one of us want to go pick up the food? We order stuff that's a few miles away and we go get it ourselves because it's not that I don't want a tip. I know it's expensive and I'd rather give a nice tip or at least a decent tip for what we order than not give very much. So, because I know DoorDash, and you know, it's just like DoorDash when they offer you free delivery. You know, how DoorDash says, "Oh, you can get your orders for free" or whatever. You don't get free delivery. Free delivery would be the only thing you pay is the tip, while outside of the food. You pay for the food, you pay the tip. That's all you would have to pay. But that is not what it is. When DoorDash says you get free delivery or no delivery charge is like one little 3% charge of the entire charge. They might charge $10 for the delivery, but there are a bunch of fees, and one of those fees is delivery, and they just take that off. So they might spare you $1.50, but they're gonna still charge you $8, and then they'll give like $1, $2, whatever to the delivery driver, and then you have to cover the tip. That $1.50 ain't gonna cover the tip. You got to do that yourself. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. You know, that's the case. Anytime you have food delivered, you should be prepared to tip. If you can't tip, you shouldn't be ordering delivery. That's just the way our world works. That's the way it is here in the United States, right? Some countries, maybe not, because tipping is actually insulting in some countries. I don't know how delivery drivers work it in those countries, man, where it's considered a what do you call it, passe, to is that the word? To tip. It's like, and I wonder, you know, I would imagine DoorDash, if they're in those other countries, Uber, whoever's in those other countries, and who does that kind of thing, they probably do a lot better because people aren't looking for tips. Yeah, so like if there's no tip expected, then people just deliver and they just decide if they want. But I still think they get paid like garbage, but they probably no one's expecting it. So if they're doing the job at all, they're just taking whatever. I guess they would deny it based on distance and just go, well, I don't want to drive that far. All right, so I think everything should be back up and running. Wait, I did shut that down, right? I know I got distracted for a minute there, but I think I shut those all down and restarted them all. Or maybe I didn't. Oh, shoot, I don't know. Let's go look at my data. Oh no. Did I? Do I have a Teams? Okay, they're all back. Yeah, my Teams are back. Oh no. Why does it still say user ID capital here? I thought I'd put them back. No, I did drop them. How come it didn't build it with the right? Oh, I'm probably mapping it dumb. All right, I gotta go back to the service. Let's go see where user ID is being called up. Oh, shoot. Oh, there's still a few places. Get user profile from user account service. Oh, is a user account for service still putting people in with that? Coding turtle. Oh, do they? Well, that's interesting. So why do they get paid more is the question. Why is that? So I wonder why they get paid more. That's pretty good. I mean, that's awesome, actually. And in DoorDash money, that's good money, man. Well, I don't know what their economy has. Well, you know, here you can do DoorDash. I don't know how many people do it or how well it pays, but you can do DoorDash by the hour, and well, they pay you hourly. Right, but then does DoorDash charge more? Because they still have to make those same, I mean, they still have to pay for stuff. Is food cheaper? I mean, you would think there's got to be some balance. I mean, there's an offset on one side or the other, right? Either the food's cheaper, people are more likely to pay because maybe people have, I don't know that they're a richer country for it by any means, but I mean, there's got to be some offset on one side or the other. Either they're charging more or the the stuff being bought is. Per active hour. Oh, you mean like if you're not actually delivering something, you're not getting paid? That kind of, is that what you mean? I thought it was just as long as you have the dash running and you are dashing, you have that's your active hour. Because usually when you look at the results, it says your DoorDash time. Even if you're not getting paid, it still shows that you have the time running. It'll just show that you didn't do much. No, I've never done the hourly, but I'm serious. I need to find another source of income. I mean, really, if I could grow my stream to 1,000 people, I could make DoorDash money just on my just on my stream because that's how bad it is. You don't have to make a lot of money to make DoorDash money. The way I've been going, I make about $30 a week. No, maybe a little bit more than that. Well, no, this week I think I made about $30 in 2 days. So yeah, I make between 30 and $50 a week door dashing. That's not much. I could make my, if I can get my stream growing, I can make between 30 and 50 bucks a week. I'm certainly, I mean, I don't ever expect to be, one of these guys making a living off of it. But if I could offset and just say, hey, wow, this is my DoorDash, I don't have to ever go out and do that dumb thing again. And I can just work on my game all the time until I get a real job or I finish it. In which case you never finish it, right? If you get it out and it's successful at all, it's kind of your job now, right? You have to update it, keep it going, keep providing new stuff. But that's cool. It's a fun thing to work on. I'd gladly just keep making it better all the time. And I have another game. I have a cool game designed and planned. That's my next game, but that's down the road, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But I do bring it up every now and then and talk about what I plan for it. But it's not a sports game though. $800. I think that's reasonable. If you work, I think I could probably do better if I were to go out in the evenings instead of the lunchtime hours. Lunchtime hours okay, but if I was to go out like say 4:30 and then go until 6 or 7 for my 2 or 3 hours, I'd probably make better money. And I didn't do that at all in the winter because I hate driving at night. It's not that I hate driving at night just because I'm driving. I hate doing DoorDash at night because it's a pain in the rear to see people's addresses on doors, and it's hard enough sometimes to find a house when it's light out, much less dealing with dark. So I don't like to go out when it's dark to do door dashing. It's a nightmare. It just adds to the stress. So, but in the summertime now, it'd probably be a good idea for me to start going out around 4:30 and going to like 6:30 at night. And then I'd probably do better. I noticed, I'm sure in the past, evenings paid better than, lunchtime. You get a few orders, then you're done, same thing. But I probably make 20 to 30 bucks instead of nothing to nothing bucks. Nothing to near nothing. Yeah, that's right. Yours is kind of a gig work, huh? You get paid pretty good when you're doing it, though. That's cool. At least you have that as a thing that comes up. Yeah, there's got to be other ways to make some kind of money. I mean, it's such a piddly amount to expect. You got to think that there's got to be ways to make that kind of money. I mean, yeah, it's not much. DoorDash is not the bounce back or the great fallback that I would have hoped. Because if 800 bucks a month would be decent. So we'll see if I can. Maybe I'll have to remotivate myself to start going in the evenings though, because I really don't. I don't know why. I mean, going to 6:30 I guess isn't that bad. Ah, my work fixed it. It's working. Woohoo me. So, okay, well, kinda. I mean, mostly it's there, but I'm missing a couple of things. Like right now I'm doing a run and I'm missing my block. So I have some defaults. The any is not showing up right now. I need to get the any to show up. But I can do a bump. And then I can have him say, but I'm missing block. I need block for runs. If I switch to a pass, I can do that. Then we'll have him go here, and then we'll do a hitch. And then we'll move him to there. And I always try to end my routes on a scout. But I do need my block to work. So we go here. Um, hitch, go. Then we'll put my tight end here, and we'll let him do a go to there, and we'll let him just go there. Yeah, that's good. And we'll call this. Let's see if it saves correctly. I don't even know which formation I chose here, but is that a pistol? I don't remember. Let's say. Oh, you know what? I didn't put anything on my running backs. Oh, I don't have exchange on here either. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm missing a couple of them aren't showing up. I got to look at what's going on with them. $30 a week is not great, but when you're only doing it for a few hours, okay, so it's not like I'm out there 8 hours a day. Oh gosh, no. No, I only do a few hours a day because I'm obviously coding a lot, but I try to hit I try to get the busy time of the day, lunchtime, or one of the busy times of the day, and try to make some money during that time. Now, usually between 11:30 and 12:30, it's not bad, but lately it's just been terrible. Um, or even 12:30 to 1:30. So it's usually a good time to go out, but it just hasn't been paying off. Getting out of the house is sort of it, but lately I've just been so wanting to continue working on this and finish, or not finish, but make progress because I get excited when I finish one thing or the other and I'm able to go on to the next thing and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm just adding more and more features and more stuff. And I keep wanting to get back to it. And I feel like when I'm out wasting time making $7 an hour or $6 an hour, I'm I could be doing better things with my time, but then I'm like, well, at this point, what's better than having some money? Even if it's crappy money, at least it's money. So it's that much less money that I have to burn through my retirement stuff at 20% penalties for not you know not being old enough to have it. So yeah, it's just what it is. But Lord willing, this game will make me a little bit of money, and I'll be able to. So I'm missing exchange. Why am I missing some of these? There's something about these. Some of them are showing, but other ones are not. Oh, wait a minute. Exchange is probably not there because this isn't a run. Never mind. This isn't a run. This is a route. Yeah. No, I that's what it is. When you're not getting you're not getting paid well, or not getting paid like your time is worth it. You just feel like, that's why I quit early today. I was like, this is stupid. I'm sitting around doing nothing. I do take my computer with me, and I do some work while I'm out. But I also I take the opportunity sometimes to take a nap too. Like I'll have my phone Uber and DoorDash, and it's on loud. It wakes me up because I don't sleep that long. But I'll put it on my chest, and I just let myself kind of doze off for a minute, get a little power nap in. But usually, as soon as it's also a good way to get orders, because as soon as you doze off, that's when it starts buzzing. As soon as you're gonna ding 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 ding, no, so, what? And you look at it. Oh, that's crap. Click. Ding ding ding. As soon as you start falling into that doze off mode, it's like, oh, I got an order for you. It's not a good one, but we got one for you. It's like, oh, yeah, thanks for ripping me out of my nice little power nap. Oh my gosh. What is the deal? What's my wife sending me? She's been sending me stuff all morning. She's spending some time on TikTok. Okay, I gotta see what this is.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
When I get fully invested in a
Come
show.
on now, dog. Come on, man. Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
She's
I
funny.
have bad
All right,
news.
let's turn this off.
What?
The gyno said that we can't.
She's been like watching TikTok lately. She's sending me TikTok nonsense. Sometimes it's pretty funny, but sometimes it's just like, what are you watching? She gets caught up on some of the, like I said, I was telling you this. She likes some of the real life. I have to tell her, look, you got to take what you see, and I'm not talking about the funny stuff because the funny stuff is just supposed to be funny. But she's always like, did you see this thing by so and so who said this thing and that thing and this thing? And I'm like, first of all, it's TikTok. It's not, it's not the source of truth. Not everything on TikTok is real, man. Don't you gotta take stuff with sometimes a handful of salt, at least a few grains. It's not always 100% accurate. So don't get yourself all worked up about what you see on TikTok sometimes. That's my tip of the day. Spare yourself the pain. But stuff she sent me today was kind of funny. My TikTok channels, when I do watch TikTok, she actually goes to bed at night early because she's told me this before. I haven't had a chance to watch TikTok today, so I'm going to bed early tonight. I'll come to bed 2 hours later and she's still watching TikTok on her phone. So when you said go to bed, you meant go to bed, not go to sleep. Because you're just means you're going to go to another location where you're not distracted so you can watch TikTok. I will be honest, I've gotten caught up in TikTok. I don't make time for TikTok. Like sometimes, there'll be something that comes up and I click on it and then, 20 minutes later I'm still watching stuff because it got me. It's usually comedy stuff. All my TikTok stuff is comedians or people who do things that are cool or interesting to me. I'm not a news guy. I don't like watching news. It just makes me angry. I can't do anything about it, so I don't watch it. So if it isn't sports, I do watch sports stuff. I watch entertainment stuff. I watch things that are kind of interesting, kind of cool, kind of fun, kind of just light, meaningless crap, really. That's the stuff I like to watch. I don't like the other stuff because I don't like things that just make me mad because then it just makes me mad. I'm trying to figure out the name for this. Let's go with screen. I don't need to do that because I have a plan for defining when a play is. All right, so every play's got a. All right, so when you're doing a game plan, you can say what kind of plays you'd like for a situation, like say third and long. You might want to do a medium pass play or have a chance at a long pass play. But you those are your preferred play types. While not a play can't just be a long play, right? It can if you have every guy on your offense go deep. Like what do they call them? I forgot. There's the name for a play that has everybody just goes deep, but I think it's not a bomb. I mean, that's a bomb is when you throw it to somebody who goes deep, but that's not necessarily it. It's like a Hail Mary or something. Those plays, a play where everybody goes deep is a deep pass, but most plays aren't like that. You might have one or two people that are going medium to long, and then you got some guys running kind of shallow, and you got guys who run screen on some plays, just depending on who's where and doing what. What's their job. So if you put a play type in and you say screen, that's any play that has a guy who runs a screen route, which basically just means they're running to get the ball behind the line of scrimmage, right? So my feeling is that you should have that there's got to be logic that reads where these routes are going, and it goes, all right, well then that play qualifies for a screen, a medium, or a long. That's how I'm going to define when those are. So when you say play type medium, a pass medium, it's going to look for any play that's got a route that falls in that medium range, which is what, 10 to 15 yards. Typically, the purpose of a medium pass is you kind of have third and long. It's like you're trying to get that first down, but you're not really going all out. You might have if you're trying to go for so you could see a certain type of play show up on a lot of different play types, because like this play right here it's got one short pass, it's got a screen pass, it's even got a long pass, which is what, 20 plus yards. Actually, yeah, 10 has 20 plus yards. So it's a significant, this play can do a lot. It might be one of the plays that gets selected. Now, there are a lot of times you have a lot more stuff and everybody's running short routes or, stuff just to get where you need to go. But I don't just know what to call this. I'm not great at plays. Play names. It's almost better to go look online, just find a bunch of plays and steal the names. Is there like, and then teams have different naming conventions. If I just had a decent naming convention. Like, I forgot what this was. I actually includes data field online. That was autosave on that. Pistol Lake Tahoe was formation, and then I think it was long. Lake is long, and then Tahoe is like the tight end. This is a long wide receiver play. I don't know if this is pistol or what. Or final. I think it might be the pistol. Pistol. We'll call this Lake Tahoe because I've already deleted all those other ones anyway. So right now my images I have it set up to save images, but I think I'm going to change where they save them. Right now it's turning it into a blob and storing it in my database. I think I want to change that and just have it store the images as an image. And then I haven't got to the point where I'm loading it, but for now, I don't think I want to store the images as an image or as a blob. Really clutters the database. I think I need to have a separate database for images if I'm going to do that. Actually have a blob storage, and I don't really have a good way to do that here. I don't think. There's probably something out there that I can create a local blob storage of some kind, but it's nice to be able to click on it. That's kind of what I'm shooting for here. So let's go to my public folder here. I got images. I'm going to create a new folder in here called a new folder. We're going to call this one place. And then I am going to see if I can, let's close all these. And then I'm going to my coach play editor. And then we're going to clear this. I know I still haven't fixed all my play actions. As you noticed, I'm still missing stuff. I didn't even bother. That'll bug me enough in a minute, but for now, let's just see if I can get this one done. At workspace. Currently, my play save functionality is saving the play along with a created image to my DB. I would like to change the image save to a file that stores in my public images /plays folder. Currently my front end play editor play save functionality. Let's see if it can change that. Let's see if it can find and edit. It's a cool tool. I haven't seen it work, mostly because I haven't got a load functionality in my app. I don't have I've got code in there to handle load, but I don't know if it even works because I've never tried. I don't think it will because I've made changes and I don't think it's been updated. But I have to like, for example, I'll have to add a drop-down box or something that helps me to load my plays because currently I don't have, and I have no load functionality. So first, you need to create an API endpoint that will receive the image data and save it to your public folder. I do. Let's see what this says. I need an endpoint for that? Image. Remove the data image PNG. Show the business for image data. Generate a unique file name. Create the file name. File path. Public images place file name. Write the file. Return the relative path that can be stored in the database. No, that's right, because I got to store it in the database. Failed to save image. Modify the capture play image function in player.jsx. Update your capture play image function to upload the image to the new endpoint. See, and here it is trying to put snake case in my code. Get the container that has the play visualization. Capture play image. Use HTML to canvas. HTML to canvas. That's right. That's the name of the thing that'll do it. Render the container to a canvas. Convert the canvas to a base64 PNG image string. Upload the image to the server. Await fetch API upload method post. Sure, the directory exists. It does. But the question is, where does it need to exist? Because I have it on my front end. Update the handle safe play function to use the new image path. You don't need to modify handle safe play function because it already uses the return value from capture play image, which will now be the file path instead of the base64 data. Make sure your go back end is updated to handle the change. Create the directory public images plays if it doesn't exist. Make a play in the play editor and save it. Check that the image appears in the specified folder. Verify that the image is correctly linked in your application. This approach will significantly reduce your database size since you'll only be storing the paths instead of the entire image data, and it makes the image directly available from your web servers. That's what I want. Okay. All right, so let's see here. So I have to create a new, first you need to create a new API endpoint. So now this is one of the problems AI doesn't do. It's so I have probably my data play data, fetch play, save play. Export async function post. Yeah. Well, I want the step 1 implemented as part of the playdata.js. That is where I save data and other play-related data functions are to reside. Shoot, I forgot to tell it to use the same formatting. It's probably gonna do something dumb and create its own formatting. I went and ran 6.5 miles this morning, which was a nice little run, but I'm a little sore and I'm gonna go play pickleball when my wife gets home. So it'll be break number 2. We'll probably play for an hour or two, come home, and then I will probably stream again until 6 or so, 6:15. I like breaking up my streams into smaller streams anyway. I think 1 to 2 hour streams is long enough. It's because when they get really, really, really long, there's no, what do you call it? They don't get any consistency on my streams. People don't like long streams. Unless they're just running it to hear me blather. Like you guys. You like to watch. You guys are interactive, which is cool, man. I think it's nice to be able to talk to you when there's something to talk about. Okay, so save play is right there. See, I knew I was going to do that. Look, it's not using my functions. That is all fine. But please use my API handler for posts. I want my... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess it is kind of using the... It is kind of using it. This is different. This is not a net. That my API handler can't handle this. Okay, so it did actually do that. Never mind. Ignore me. You did sort of do what I asked. Now we gotta do a save play. We've got to update save play. We got to call save play image, const play. Oh, that's basically the same thing. This is probably wrong, but we'll fix it in a minute. D, because that's what it's going to be, formation ID, and that's going to be formation ID as well. And play data ID. I know some of this is stuff, I'm probably breaking some stuff, but I have to get my cases in line because it's just not good. So it is going to go up to upload play image, which I don't have. I don't know how that works. Oh, it must be return the path. Generate file name using play ID or timestamp. Const file name play. Oh. Yeah, see, that's going to be a pain, right? Because why do I want to do... There should be a play ID. Or shouldn't there? Should there be? So we save, and then we save the image. I think we have to save and then save the image anyway. So, const play ID. Await, save play image. Just going to go here. Constant play data, formation image, play. Next, you'll need to implement a server-side endpoint that handles this. This would be implemented in your backend API. See, I don't understand why it's got my backend API right here in the code and it's not doing anything with it. When saving the play, I won't have a play ID until the data is created in the DB. So I want to save the play with the play image using the play ID, which means we have to save the data before creating the image. I know, this is stuff I could have just done myself. Because all you have to do is copy this piece down below this piece, and then we wait the response and get it. So yeah. Update existing play. So we'll do this first. Still going? Why is it taking you so long? Oh, God. Right. Put this in here. So now it's just change. All I did was change the order. Put save play image at the bottom, and it's going to retrieve the saved play ID, and we're going to stick it in here. So it's getting the play back, I guess. I don't think it's. I don't know why it keeps putting that. Probably because it thinks I'm going to return these all in uppercase, but I'm not. There's a lot of these play ID. All right, so good. All right. I don't think play image cares. Oh, it might have changed because I'm no longer conditionally paying. Yeah, it's just going to use play ID. So instead of being one or the other, because I don't want to have my plays designated by the date they were created. That's dumb. So says me. That's dumb, man. What are you talking about? I hereby declare that dumb. All right, what else we got here? I think that's all it did. Just change that to a fixed value. Okay. Okay, so I got save play image now, and I've got an updated play save. Now, it did mention that I should be okay with the other stuff. I don't believe any of this stuff has to change at all. All right, so what I do need to do is, it says I have to do this back-end piece, which is going to go through the gateway. I don't know why Claude's being lazy these days. I don't know if it just doesn't want to look at stuff. It doesn't want it. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. Take a look at my playbook service. grpc_handler.go and my gateway. Playbook.go files. As well as any other related files, i.e. store.go and service.go in playbook service. And also, if needed, the playbook.proto files. Since I am making changes to the save and how I store the URL instead of the image, what is the most efficient way to update my code to support these updates. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to get, we're going to make the AI look at all my other files. Because there's a lot that's going to have to change. I'm going to have to put in some updates to my gateway to handle the new changes. I have to change my playbook service. I have a store.go here, which has got the get play types and the save play data, I believe, is in here. Create play, get play. I have already saved plays in the past to the database. Interestingly enough, this one is actually not. Oh, well, because I'm doing it. Oh, yeah, I have store.play right here. Okay. New play store. Get all plays. Get play. Create play. That's probably the one. Right now, I don't even have. I have update play, but I haven't addressed that one yet. I'm not doing updates because I don't actually have the ability to load or change plays. Name play. See, this is going to be wrong. Oh no, it's not wrong. I forgot. Ah, I can't change that. Got to remember that Go uses Pascal case because Go is just got to be different. Such is the way of Go. Is this my whole thing? Okay, so play data. Wait, I already create the file upload endpoint. Huh? All right, here's create the upload endpoint in your gateway service. Oh, okay, that is the gateway service. Never mind. What is this? Update, save play image. Your current implementation in playdata.js already has most of the structure needed, but it's missing the important Axios and needs more refactoring. Generate file name using play ID. Send the image data to the server for file saving. Image face. No. It didn't. No. Why are you changing it to base 64 data? No. You got that. You're kind of off the books here, buddy. No. That's why you gotta watch, because it's trying to switch it the other way. I made changes. No longer am I storing the image in the database. Just a file path for the new front end creation. I need the back end to now support the changes implemented above in the previous questions. Okay, let's try this again. Update your Go API, add an endpoint for image uploads. Okay. First, create an endpoint in your gateway, which is, sure, that's a good way. Go front to back, or back to front? Probably front to back, right? Gateway is the front. It's the doorway to all of my other fun stuff. So upload play image handler. It's kind of weird though. And Update your Go API. Add a new endpoint for image uploads. First, create a new endpoint in your gateway service to handle image uploads. I am curious though. I'm going to do this, of course. I have to. Create play handler? Sure. Upload play image handler. Where is the expected images placeholder? Where is the images placeholder expected to reside? I thought this might be on the web server. On the back server. Let's say now about the front end. How about the front end web server? The front end server, not the back end server. Truthfully, though, I've got to solve for, probably does need to be on the back-end server. Because if I create them on the front end, how do those images get accessed by my other UIs? Front end seems to be to expect the images to be accessed via URLs like images, plays, file up. As seen in some of your CSS tailwind configurations for microservices architecture like yours, there are several approaches to handle this. Keep images in the backend, current implementation. With your current code, the images are stored on the backend surface and would need to be served from there. You would need to add a static file server to your gateway service. Ensure the directory exists when your container starts up. Option 2, move image handling to the front end recommended. For a cleaner architecture, you might want to move image storage to your front end server. Create a new API endpoint in your Next.js application. Store images in the update your save play function. Approach is generally better because static assets like images are typically served better from the front end. It reduces. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. What's best for the architecture? Create an update. Seems you're using Next.js for your front end and Go microservices for your back end. In this setup, it's more common and efficient to store and serve static files like images from the front end server. Yeah. But here's the problem. I got, what if, what if I am using multiple UIs? I am also creating a Unity front end. So the images would have to be available to both types of front ends. But I still would rather have the assets available for performance on the front end UI, whatever that is. So perhaps a hybrid sorts. Create and store on the back end. And some kind of a asset load during front end startup or on first call. Standard for this sort of thing. Like, for example, you've got Watcher of Realms and Marvel Snap, two games I kind of been talking about a lot because they do a lot of this stuff. I mean, they must obviously, they're putting the assets on your computer, right? So when things are created, those assets get loaded. Now, for them, they'll load all assets to your computer. It's like all images, all stuff. It just goes to your computer. I know that's what they're doing because that's how it runs faster. It's available. Click, 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 and up you go. So based on your architecture with multiple front ends, such as Unity, you need a solution that makes play images accessible to both while maintaining good performance. Here's a hybrid approach that would work well for your situation. For multi-front-end image handling, store images on the back-end server. Keep your current implementation where images are uploaded to the back-end service. Blah, blah, blah. Serve images from your gateway service. Add a static file server to your gateway to serve these images. Register the upload route in your router. Make sure to register the image upload handler in your routes. Update your Next.js front end to use the gateway URLs. Your Next.js front end can use the gateway service image directly. Add image caching in your Unity front end. For your Unity front end, implement a caching mechanism. First request fetch the image from the gateway API, store it locally in the Unity app's persistent data path. Subsequent request check if the image exists locally before downloading. Yeah, that'll work. Here's a pseudocode example for Unity. Hey, look at that. Pseudocode, as in it may or may not work. It's like, yeah, it's got the basics going, you know. Wonder if I should put that in my image loader. Let's do that. Let's copy this. We'll go over to my Unity code, which is up here. Put my assets here. Blah, 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 scripts. Animation debugger. Mesh rendering fixer. This isn't all of my stuff. Where's my other stuff? Game processing. Here it is. That's the one I want. I'll go into game data. Put it in there. New file. We'll call it imageloader.cs. And we'll just plop it in here for now as a quick save. Don't know if it's going to work. Probably not, but at least I'm getting those groundwork architectures there, and eventually I'll have to debug all these things, but at least they exist, and I could start putting them together. Sure, let's install that. Since I'm doing C#y stuff, might as well have it available. I don't do most of my C# coding here, but if I'm going to reference it and have my, AI and other things doing their stuff. It's not a very good dev kit, though. Microsoft's C# dev kit, only 3 stars. Jeez, guys, get your own dev kit right. Sign into your Visual Studio subscription. Do I have a Visual Studio? I mean, I guess I do have one. It's not a paid one. All right, guys, it's time for me to sign off. It's time for me to go play some pickleball, get some more exercise. Gotta like the exercise bit. I will probably be back later, still trying to chug through and get all this thing to work. Till next time.